So can you hear this all right? You got this? You got that? All right. So I get around a campfire. And by the way, this isn't the only greatest gathering of human beings that I'm blessed and privileged and honored and humbled and moved and motivated and stimulated to hang out with. I have a sunrise safaris, and every weekend for the next 3 months, I have people from all around the world that come and hunt with Ted Nugent to kill angry pork. How do you like your pork? Pissed off. All right. Now, these songs are your songs. You may not know it, but as I start singing the lyrics to these songs, you know that these are your songs. All right. You hear that? So. I was always different, nobody understood. I didn't play follow the leader, cause I was always in the woods. You see, they hadn't invented peer pressure yet. Seems I stood alone, but my daddy had a vision, love, family, and a home. Now dig this. But punks used to laugh at me. They said, how can you rock and not get high? I just stood my ground, and I watched those goofballs fall and die. Cause I just wanna go hunting. It makes me feel so good. I just gotta go hunting. Try to find me in the woods. Things get a little crazy in this day and age. The concrete jungle warfare got everybody in a rage. And I sure like my rockin' danger. And I sure like my rockin' danger. And I crave my rock and roll. But when I get my limit, I know where to go. I like to jump into four-wheel drive. I like to load up the dogs and the family. Cause I got to feel alive with the wildlife where I can breathe. And I just gotta go hunting. It makes me feel so good. I just gotta go hunting. Try to find me in the woods, because I'm slipping away, and I'm always looking for a new sunrise. I got to be okay, cause times like this will make me healthy and wise. You see, God told me in the Bible, He said, go ahead, whack 'em, Ted. So I'll take my kids hunting, so I don't gotta hunt for my kids. We like to jump into four-wheel drive. We like to load up the dogs and the family. I got to feel alive with the wildlife where I can breathe. And I just wanna go hunting. It makes me feel so good. I just gotta go hunting. Try to find me in the woods, because I'm slipping away. I gotta slip far away. I'm always looking for a new sunrise, cause it makes me so alive. Yeah, cause I'm slipping away. That's your song? Yeah, the punks used to laugh at me. They said, how can you rock and not get high? So I just stood my ground, and I watched those goofballs fall and die.
That's right.
See, I took Steven Tyler and Joe Perry for a ride in my truck one day, my Ford Bronco. It gets exactly 650 yards to the gallon. And I'm going through this forest that I planted. I planted 50,000 trees on my property. See, because I had never bought drugs, never bought alcohol, never bought tobacco, no bling bling, no piercings, no blue hair. I buy acres.
There you go.
So I got 1,600 acres. I'm driving Steven Tyler and Joe Perry from Aerosmith on my property, and I'm going, yeah, I planted this forest. This is my forest. I planted this forest. Me and God did this. He goes, you own this? I go, yeah, I got this fen. I have a fen. Anybody? It's a transitional wetlands, the only transition I authorize. It's a transitional wetlands between a swamp and they said, you own this? I go, yeah, I own this. You own that river? That's awesome. And they said, man, I wish I had a place like this. I said, you snorted 20 of them. You could have bought the UP. So I was born in Detroit in 1948. My dad just got back from World War II in Korea. God bless the warriors, huh? And my dad was already a bow hunter, following a great man up north named Fred Bear. Because as the veterans know, nothing cleanses the soul and brings back your spirit like time in the great outdoors. God bless all of you who take the warriors to fix their spirit. That's our job. Is to pay back the warriors. And nothing does it like the great outdoors and the spirit of the wild. So I was an uppity young man. I don't know if you noticed that. But I was already trying to be Chuck Berry and Little Richard. And then I would meet this man up north in this little shack in Grayling, Michigan. Every October, my family would go north, and I made a bow and arrow down by the Rouge River, chasing those beavers and muskrats and quail. I would sneak up on quail and shoot them with my homemade slingshot. I'm a dangerous man. Am I the only guy who's been face to face with a covey of quail, all facing outward before they flush?
No.
And I'd shoot those quail with my slingshot. It was awesome. So we'd go north and stop at this little shack that said, it was a stone shack that said Bear over the top. I had no idea. I was 5 or 6 years old, but I was already shooting a bow and arrow and making slingshots. And we'd go in and meet this tall guy, and he had lots of arrows. Nothing. I wanted more in life than having lots of arrows. I wanted lots of arrows. I have too much ammo, nobody ever said. And so I meet this tall man. I didn't know who he was, and I'm practicing my guitar and going hunt with my dad. By the time I was 7 or 8, I'm going, this is Fred Bear. He's on the cover of True magazine with a polar bear. This guy's like the Chuck Berry of archery. And so all of a sudden I became enamored with this man. And he was always so kind and always shared stories. My dad would hunt with him. My dad represented a steel company that manufactured blue tempered rolled spring steel, which is what Fred Bear needed for his Bear leader blades and the Bear razor head. Anybody know it? You bow hunters, am I talking your language? So now I realize I'm in the presence of Fred Bear, and we'd go to the Grayling restaurant and have chocolate milk and cherry pie, and he'd make us laugh, and I was absolutely moved by this guy. Then my dad got transferred to Illinois in '65, and I started the Amboy Dukes. I'd already had the #1 band in Michigan. We played with the Supremes and the Motown Orchestra, and I was on my way, and then he moved. Damn it. So I started the Amboy Dukes, and 2 years later I graduated and came back, went up to Grayling to stop at that little stone shack that said Bear Archery, and it was a giant museum, and I went, this is awesome. And I went and met that guy again. He said, oh yeah, Ted, I remember up at the Grayling restaurant, that was awesome. But he wasn't too moved because I had long hair. I looked like a hippie, even though I was like the ultimate narc Asian. But he was a little offish, and I was a little hurt by that. But I had long hair and scared people. But then I came back the next year in '68, and when I said, is Fred here? He was, Ted, I'm so glad you're here. This is awesome. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm going, yeah. And he said, all my buddies tell me that on stage you shoot flaming arrows and promote archery, and you're always talking about being clean and sober. That's really good. And I realized, I went, yeah, it is pretty good. That's how you promote archery. conservation, discipline, and being clean and sober, because you cannot have the American dream unless you're clean and sober. So I got lucky. 78 years clean and sober. Nothing but backstraps. So I got to hunt with Fred every year. He invited me to up in Rose City at Grouse Haven. And I'd come up there in my Bronco and I'd meet all the guys and we'd go hunting and hang out. And Fred had a little oxygen tank because he was inventing the marriage between wood and fiberglass and this beautiful recurve bows. Isn't that right, Roger? And I never went hunting. I stood around the campfire with Fred and just tried to absorb this great man spirit. He is a great man, special man. The epitome of American risk and sacrifice entrepreneur, rugged individual. And he told me that year he liked what I was doing, how I promoted the sport, and that I have my critics. He said, ignore your critics, you're doing good. You're promoting the good stuff. That was October 11th, 1987. And I went, yeah. So if I'm cocky, it's his fault. And then next March he died. Wow. And the whole industry was in mourning. Am I right, guys? The whole industry was shattered. And I went out to give my Irish Senators a biscuit that morning. And instead, I wasn't thinking about Fred, but I grabbed my guitar. Boy, help me through this. I wasn't thinking about Fred, but I sat down and I went, there I was, back in the wild again. And I felt right at home, where I belong. And I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before. The spirit of the woods is like an old good friend. Makes me feel warm and good inside. And I know his name. It's good to see him again. 'Cause in the wind, he's still alive. I'm talking Fred Bear. Walk with me down the trail again. Take me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew exactly what I was doing. It was kind of dark, another misty dusk, and it came from a tangle down below. And I tried to remember everything you taught me so well. I had to decide which way to go. Was I alone or in a hunter's dream? The moment of truth is here and now. I felt his touch, I felt his guiding hand. And that buck was mine forevermore. Because the Fred Bear, I walk down to those trails again. He takes me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my We got his spirit, we got his soul, and he will guide our steps and our arrows home. The restless spirit forever roams, and it roams the threadbare as I walk down those trails again. He takes me back where I belong. Threadbare, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend, and I will join you on the big hunt before too long. 'Cause in the wind, he's still alive. In the wind, he's still alive. 'Cause in the wind, I hear Fred Bear. I hear you, Fred. Let's go hunting, buddy. Yeah, I got that spirit. Hey, Fred, you go up that ridge. I'll go down the swamp. We'll get that. Hey, Fred, Springfield, Missouri tonight. Blood Brothers. Hey, Fred. That's always tough. That's always tough. Thank you very much. I love you people. I love this lifestyle. It's up to us to keep it alive. If we want clean air and soil and water, keep hunting, fishing, and trapping. Hunting, fishing, and trapping. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bill. My son, Rocco. Thank you, everybody.